Hello, family. This is Linda Onemefo here, and I welcome you to another episode of the networking series. I hope you are super excited, just like I'm energetic today. If it is your first time coming to my channel, hit that subscribe button as well as the bell to get a notification when the next video drops. And if you're watching me live on Facebook, hit that follow button because that is one of the best decisions you're going to make in your life this year and beyond. And I'm going to share with you why. Right? So today, there are a lot of people, they don't know what they want. They are struggling on the way to structure their lives. They want to do a lot of exploration. They want to be everything because all those shiny things in your life space is pushing them to start out something. Some of them are still struggling if they even need to start at all, because they want to run away from all the stress that has to come with all of these things. If you know someone who is feeling like this, if you know someone struggling to start out, if you know someone that is about to begin to structure their lives and is very intentional about becoming great, tag them in the comment section, invite them, or copy the link and share to them, because the envy is less when everyone is succeeding. Now, why do you need to start? That's what I'm going to expose to you today. The first why you need to start is that so you will not explain to your children, you will not explain to the people who you are meant to mentor without evidence. What is that thing? A lot of people are very quick to blame their background, where they are coming from, and you now forget that you will be the next background people will make reference to. And if you don't start, what is going to happen is that you will keep explaining, I could have, but this is what happened. Your excuses will lead you to nowhere. Your excuses will not foster any belief system for the next generation that you want to build. As a matter of fact, greatness does not thrive on excuses. They thrive on execution. It is in your becoming, because you started, that is going to help you to have the evidence to show that you are great. You don't want to explain tire without evidence. Even when you started and you stopped halfway, nobody, it means that you have fucked up. It means that you are just like someone who did not start at all. So why do you need to start? You need to start because you need an evidence to show that truly you are a great person. You don't want to tell the next generation that you are incapable of doing these things. So let them see you as model, right? That they can be able to thrive on to make the next generation better. Now, another thing, why do you need to start? The second one is that you will suffer alone, because no one will come to your rescue, because you have no value, you have nothing to bring to the table. As a matter of fact, the valuable people and the kings that are meant to come to your rising won't come, because you are not rising, because you did not start. How do you rise when you don't start? You need to start, so that when you start and begin to build up, in your rising will kings begin to attract into your space, begin to come into your kingdom, and that's how they begin to appreciate, reward, and be able to recognize your value. That's where the glory begins to show, right? So you want to have a great life, but you are struggling to start. See, let me tell you, to be honest with you, you are going to suffer alone. Nobody will come to your rescue, because nobody dumps value. Nobody wants somebody that doesn't have anything to bring to the table. And if you don't start, you can't be able to build up this value for that kind of transaction. So you don't have to be afraid of starting anything. Think about what is going to be if you did not start at all. What are the things you are going to regret if you did not start at all? Or you want your children, by the time you begin to have children, you start explaining to them there is nothing in the country and there are this, and we are busy having children that you are going to explain all these things for. Put yourself in their shoes. If you were the child, how do you expect to accept all of these things? That's why there are a lot of people that are promoting limitation in our generation. They also will keep struggling to start, because they cannot see a model that will help them to build that belief system that will help them to start. A lot of people who are doing great today, most of them, their parents were their model, because they were able to start out something to actually build something. So you don't want to suffer alone. People will run away from you. You will die alone. You will die in silence if you did not start. So everything, you will also contribute to people who their greatest talent is in the cemetery. you have nothing to bring to the world. It means that you are going to tell God that he did not do well to bring you into this world, because all the treasures that are quite invested in you, you went along with it. You didn't add anything. So you want to live a life of regret if you did not start. So if you want not to live a life of regret, it's time you start, and it is better now. And I'm going to tell you why you should be able to start now. At the beginning of your journey, and in any building, in any mansion you want to build, the foundation always takes a lot of time, resources, and a lot of energy. Right? It's going to take a lot of your time, your energy, a lot of resources, your money, everything. It will take a lot. To build blocks that follows the foundation is easier than the foundation itself. You have to dig down so that it will have a strong base to be able to carry that mansion. And so why you should start now is because even when you don't have money, you have time, you have energy. And you know that time and energy is not the only currency, because this time and energy is going to acquire you the currency of relationship. You don't have money. You know, the route of financial freedom is not when you automatically sit down and then money begins to come to you. That is why you need to start now to use the time and energy that you have as a young person. You are vibrating, your blood is hot. You need to use it as it is hot, as Nigerian. That's how we call it. Right? Yes, start now, right? Your body is hot. You need to exploit. That is why those that know their God shall be strong, and then do exploit. So you have to use that time that you have now. You need to use that energy that you have now to start. The moment you start, what you do is you use the energy to work for money. That's the first thing you do when you start. That's when you begin to invest in a lot of things. You will see people when they are employed in a marketing agency, they will go out to reach out to different people so that they can be able to meet up their targets if they want to get paid. That's the first thing you do when you start. You don't need to run away from this responsibility, because whoever that wants to live an easy life must first of all go through the journey of hard life. You don't have all the time in the world to waste. Your life is measured in time, because the unit of life is time, and any time that you miss, you have lost out entirely. So what is it going to be if doctor tells you now that you just have 30 days to live? What are you going to regret that you did not start building, that you wanted to build, that is quite in your heart? This is the time for you to start thinking. If you die tomorrow, what will you be remembered for? I could have. See, I don't want to live the kind of I could have. I'm going to explore every treasure in me, deposit is in this world before I leave here. I don't know about you. That is why I started, and that is why you should start. Right? Use your time and energy. Work. Get to work. Let's work it out. Don't sit down to complain and blame anybody. Take responsibility. Whatever thing that happens is your fault. Take responsibility. So if you are too quick to actually take all the success and take all the glory that comes with the success, you should also be strong enough to take all the blames when it doesn't work. That's the very great way to put yourself in that character of doing what? Doing exploits. So why not start? Get used to the hard life, because you are creating a way for easy life. People will not believe in you in that season. People are not going to send you at that season. That is where you build the character of success. That is why it demands a lot, and you need the time to actually start doing it now. So you calculate, probably if the foundation is going to take you 5 years, right? You start now to build that 5 years. You don't want to start in the next 5 years, which means if you start in the next 5 years, you extended it to a decade. And by then, people who are around you are already succeeding. They have left you behind. Because of what? You are waiting for the perfect time. You are waiting for somebody to tell you you need to live your dreams. Whereas what is in you is seeking an expression, and you don't want to give it a chance. See, decision decide destiny. You need to decide today if you want to live that life that you are called to live, right? Use your time and energy to work. All these things that will tell you sack your boss, do this, don't get a job, don't do. There is always a foundation for financial freedom. You need to thrive not on security, but first on making use of the available resources to equip yourself for financial freedom. It is making use of those available resources that equips you with the character to sustain the limelight. See, if you don't build that foundation, when you get there, you fall, you scatter. Because the foundation is where the work is, and it's going to take a lot of time and different times for different people. You don't want to waste that time. You don't want to waste that energy, right? So you need to be able to understand that you transit from working for money, since you have time and energy, but you don't have the money. You work for money, and when you begin to work for money, make sure you pay attention to working with people. You see, people are currency. That what money cannot buy, relationship will buy 10x, right? There are people, they don't have a lot of money, but they have connections. They don't lack anything, not because they have a lot of money, but because they have people as systems that makes life easier for them. So you have leverage. The social media is there. Science and technology have come to make it easier for you. You can at your home, without even having a lot of money, to start a business with your smartphone. What I am doing right here, I'm actually sitting right in my office with my smartphone, and you are watching me here. So I can boldly say this, I am brave enough to do this because I got started. I didn't start like this, right? So that's why you need to get started. Use that energy that you have to build a system that helps you to be able to ascend to that mansion and enjoy your life. All right? So by the time you start making money, it is time for investment, not the time to lavish your life. But that's not the topic of today, right? So you need to be able to get started if you want to attain financial freedom. It's not in the saying. It's not freedom of speech, right? It's not in the saying, it is in the doing. That's why a lot of people know a lot and they are still where they are. They know a lot of things, but they are still where they are. They think they are stagnant. Why? Because they are not working in the right sequence, or they are not using their time and energy, or they are sitting down to complain and blame other people. And when you are pointing one hand, the rest is automatically pointing at me. But we don't pay attention to the ones pointing at us. We are always focusing there. So the time is now for you to start. Because these are limited resources. You can't dictate them. The rich and the poor has 24 hours. What differentiates it is what are they doing with their time? Why are you complaining and people are enjoying in the same country that you are complaining about? You need to start asking questions. You need to gain access to circles. You need to gain access to circles and find out what is going on there. You need to be in the realm of people who are going to challenge you. If you want to know how to actually use your time and resources effectively, I have a coach I also learned from, right? How to be able to be productive and stop procrastinating, right? If you want to get that particular training, type PDK in the comment section. We'll be able to reach out to you. Type PDK in the comment section. It's a very premium training that is going to hold you by the hand and let you believe in yourself, have a specific identity, and be able to use your limited resources judiciously to stop procrastinating, become productive, and be profitable. You want to get started, stop procrastinating, and the time is now. It's time to get started. It's time to get started. Get into the space of people who are going to challenge you, not where you are comfortable. If you are always in a space where you are the odogu, you will never see the need. You will never see the need to stretch. That's why you are still there. You are still complaining. The last time I checked, I don't know what 100 naira can buy. But in the last decade, it can buy something. Now, it's not buying. The future is expensive. The more time you waste, the more expensive it becomes. And you make it very difficult for you to afford it because you are not growing and because you not start anything at all. And always do not forget that the future is totally favorable to those who can predict it, to those who can design it, and to those who can build it. So start today. Start now. So thank you so much for joining. Yes, talk of the matter. That's the Coach Benedict Deoti. You can follow him online. See, trust me, he's the best productivity coach I've ever met in this space. There are a lot of things flying around, but when you identify the key people, of course you know them. I see you, Fashola Naomi. Thank you so much for joining. We'll be able to reach out to you. I can see your comment. Keep it coming. The time is now. You will be proud of yourself. Never you celebrate your yesterday more than today. Never you celebrate your today more than your tomorrow. That's how to do this, right? That's how to do this. And congratulations to you for deciding to be able to get started, right? I can't wait. And do not forget to click on that subscribe button as well as the bell to get a notification when the next content drops, because we are building confident global champions, and these emerging and intentional leaders are building strong self-esteem and strategic networks to actually thrive in their unique spaces, right? So don't forget, I am still your go-to-get networking strategist, and as well as your friend Linda Onemeforo, until I come your way again. Bye for now, and don't ever forget, start